that just wanted to just nitpick on every little thing. And I saw fans going, they couldn't even get his bomber jacket right. I'm like, do you think that's his jacket? Let's talk about this Lantern's image that showed up the other day. And I was like, ooh, here we go. Our first look at Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan, of course. And of course, let's talk about the response of it as well. But my initial thoughts, obviously, we got the image right here of them two. There they are. There's good old Jon, and there is Hal right there. And Hal's looking a little haggard. But I will say, looking pretty good, you know? I mean, yeah, he's old man Hal, but doesn't look all that old, you know? Kyle Chandler is aging pretty damn well. I will say that. Hair's a little bit of a mess, but hey, I am one to talk, right? Got the stubble going on. You could tell he's just not feeling it. And yeah, if you look at that right hand, that middle finger right there, we do see the ring. And then of course, Jon Stewart just looking just super clean, super proper. Everything about, I mean, the polar opposites of these two characters. I mean, just look at it. Look at Hal, that's probably not even his jacket. Who knows? I don't know. His jacket even doesn't even look like it's his. And he just looks, it doesn't even look like it fits him. You know, look at how the sleeves are going over his hands a little bit. It might not even be his jacket. His hair's a mess. He's got stubble. And then you got Johnny Stewart over here looking super clean shaven. Everything's all clean and primped and everything. So you could see the polar opposites of these two characters in this very image right here. I mean, that's the thing. That's some things that people might not be taking from this is the fact that we are seeing how these two are right now. We got fresh blood and we got old school. And that's what I'm going to be loving about this right here. I'm loving the fact that they look so polar opposite when it comes to just their attire. Because I guarantee you that is not Hal Jordan's actual jacket. And it's so funny because, again, you see those dumbass fans that just want to just nitpick on every little thing. And I saw fans going, they couldn't even get his bomber jacket right. I'm like, do you think that's his jacket? Yeah, that's not his bomber jacket. Hal's been through some shit. Something has happened when it comes to Hal Jordan. You could tell. Probably not his jacket. They couldn't even get his bomber jacket. Shut up. We don't even know the context. They're walking in the middle of the street, for God's sakes. What is happening? Mr. Jon Stewart right here doesn't even have his ring. He doesn't have a ring. So is there a thing where the context is something is going on? Jon Stewart is somewhere investigating, doesn't know about the lanterns or anything, and bumps into Hal Jordan. I don't know. Because Jon Stewart, I mean, obviously his hand is looking a little bit different, but it's not showing like it is for Hal right here. And then of course people are like complaining about the designer ring sucks. I'm like, oh my God. That's the thing. Again, welcome to 2025 fandom. I mean, the nitpicking is just going to be so much more. I mean, that's the way it's been, obviously, in the past couple of years, you know? And I think people forgot that, you know, during the COVID time, basically, I mean, most of the COVID time, I would say, is there was some, you know, it was dark when it came to DC and who was running DC and all that. You know, there's some fans out there that thought they should have had a first image of both of them in their costumes, full on in their costumes. And so I saw a lot of that. That was a complaint. Like, how can you not show a first image of them in their costumes? When I'm going, well, I don't think that's when it comes to this story being grounded and showing kind of like, hey, yeah, we'll get to the point where they get out into the cosmos, but we're going to establish this right here. Not to mention cheaper, because let's face it, Warner Brothers in DC, they're not going to have as much money to just like do a full on balls to the wall, $250 million budgeted show that's going to take place in the cosmos. What I'm really curious is like the chemistry between these two. That's what I'm really looking forward to. And I think this image is a good first image. But of course, you're going to have fans out there. And have fans, particularly, you know, those certain fans that are like, oh, no, this is not it. Wayne T. Carr is my Green Lantern, my Jon Stewart. He is the ultimate. He is the one. And I have to, you know, have to be that douchebag to remind the fact that it's like, yeah, Wayne T. Carr, great dude, excellent actor, and he would have nailed it when it came to Jon Stewart. But we have to remember that, you know, if Zack got his way when it came to Zack Snyder's Justice League and utilizing Jon Stewart, Wayne T. Carr would not have been Jon Stewart. Just saying. So if, you know, the people that keep on doing that, and then, of course, they want to do the whole colorism thing, which, you know, because Aaron Pierre is not black enough. There's that argument as well. But I'm just saying, if you want to, you know, the people that are just like, you know, Wayne T. Carr, I'm like, well, thank Jeff Johns for giving you that, because if it wasn't for Jeff Johns putting the kibosh, and I hate to say it, but it's Saturday. I'm being that kind of douche right now, I guess you could say. But if it wasn't for Jeff Johns and those guys for putting the kibosh on there, you wouldn't have had it. But you know, but at the same time, what is Zack good at doing? He's good at casting unknowns and putting them in the roles. So if somehow he would have had that Wayne T. Carr's Jon Stewart to be actually put into it when it came to putting on HBO Max, and then there would have been like sequels, obviously Wayne would have been in the sequels and he would have nailed it. He would have absolutely nailed it. But it's just, again, it's always kind of funny when I'm seeing people like, oh man, it's like, what are you doing? I mean, you're throwing up an image. Yeah, it looks really cool. But at the same time, this is like 2 weeks into production. There's not going to be anything that's going to be absolutely crazy and all this kind of, oh man, I tell you what, I don't know. Fans, like I said, 2025, it's just going to be like that. No matter what, there's just going to be nitpicks all over the place. There's going to be nitpick after nitpick after nitpick when it comes to every little thing with the DCU.